So with empirical and molecular formula, we were working on this worksheet. So I'm just going to talk you through the steps. So they give you the percent sodium, percent sulfur, and percent oxygen. The first line of the poem is percent to mass. So you literally drop this percent sign and give that same number a G for grams. That's it. That's the first line of the poem. Second line of the poem is mass to mole. So you're literally converting your grams of substance into moles of substance using the molar mass, okay, which we learned in chapter 3. 1 mole equals so many grams from the periodic table. Okay, so that's how we're going to go from mass to moles. Okay, once you do your calculations, you get your mole answers. Okay, number 1, 1.588, number 2, 0.792, the third one was 2.38. Third line of the poem is divide by least. So look for your smallest answer, 1.588, 0.792, 2.38. So our smallest answer was 0.792. Since that's our smallest number, we're going to divide each one of our answers by that number. So 1.58 divided by 0.792, divide by 0.792, divide by 0.792, because we're dividing by the least. At this point, our answers end up being 2, 1, and 3. Okay? Remember in class I said if it was something like 1.99, just go ahead and round it up to 2. If it was something like 3.001, go ahead and just round it to 3. Okay? The fourth line of the poem is multiply till whole. You don't have to do this with that problem because these are already whole numbers. Now what we do with these whole numbers is they become our subscripts. So sodium, I have 2 of them because we have the 2 here. Sulfur comes next. I only have 1 of them. Then we got oxygen, and there were a total of 3 of them. This is your final answer for empirical formula. This problem down here in number 2 gives us an example of when we have to multiply till whole. So we took the percents, we dropped the percent sign, gave it a G for grams. Okay, so percent to mass, mass to mole. We took the grams, changed it into moles. Divide by least, our smallest mole answer was 0.962. Okay, that gave us a 1 and a 1.5. Now we have to do the last line of the poem, which is multiply till whole. And remember, you have to do that step with all of the options, with all of the substances or elements, I should say. So we're going to do the 1 times 2, which gives us 2 for the iron, and the 1.5 times 2, which gives us 3 for the sulfur. So that's why it's Fe2S3. Awesome. Hope that explained empirical formula.